Hey, welcome to the top 10 best beers of 2010 on Chad's Beer Reviews. I reviewed about 200 beers this year. I only gave out 6 perfect 10s and about 20 9s. So I had to boil those down to what I thought were the 10 best beers that I had this year. And it's really more of like it's a personal preference. I'm not trying to argue that beer A is superior in quality to beer B, or especially, I already know people are going to think that because of a lot of the reputations that these beers have. But you know what? It's just my personal preference, and it's how I feel. I'm just being honest. So, I already know you guys are going to go nuts in the comments section. After the clip show, we'll have a quick honorable mentions list of beers that scored pretty high but just couldn't make the list. So please enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the comments section.
It's 2 flavors in one. Immediately you get kind of like a red wine kind of sensation.
Yeah.
And then on the back end, bitter dark chocolate. Yeah, the drinkability on this is actually quite high. I think it's because it's literally not that thick of a beer, you said when you were pouring it.
It kind of will have like a watery consistency.
Yeah, well, I mean, one step below you, I'm just going to say excellent. Because to me, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It's just not blowing me away the way that a 10 would. And I notice as it's warming, it's getting a little more complex now. It's getting, like you said, roasty kind of flavors.
The roastiness is coming out as it warms.
You're getting a chocolate or coffee bitterness.
Yep.
Although chocolate does seem to be intensifying, you're getting a little more booze, but not a lot. They did a really good job, Southern Tier style, of masking the booze on this.
Yep.
Up front, you're getting this really juicy, kind of citrusy, tropical notes. I'm getting, it's not just grapefruit, but it's almost kind of like an orange or tangerine. And then it's following with a sticky pine. It's thick, and it's leaves it's a strong bitterness. The hops, I'm surprised, don't really linger here. There's a slight bit of a little bit of a bready, kind of dry honey, a slightly malty aftertaste. Hop Slam Ale by Bell's, I like it. I like it a lot, but, it's not the best IPA I've ever had. And it's kind of a nice hybrid of the East and West Coast styles of that citrus and pine. So, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10 to Hop Slam Ale. I think it's an excellent beer. I like this beer a lot.
Me too. Yeah.
It was really flavorful. It's a fairly complex palate. It's you are tasting, as Dennis said, I think he said it off camera, you are tasting all 6 hops.
Yeah, it's definitely the complexity you get in the beer.
Yeah. My only caveat with this beer is that it's noticeably dry, and the hops really linger here.
I agree.
So as tasty as it is, it's drying your mouth out. I do there is a caramel and kind of butterscotch kind of notes on the finish. As far as the drinkability itself, I think I would rate it pretty highly drinkable. It's fairly soft in the mouth. It's not super crisp, or it's not. It's thick and sticky, but it's not. I don't think it's anything that. I think the average beer drinker would be able to get through this no problem. So to me, this is really close to an outstanding beer, but I'm gonna say it's just excellent. I'm giving this a 9. I'm getting kind of a cherry, maybe fig, very complex palate. It's really tasty. Where I was thinking, I don't think I could honestly give this a 10 because it's not wowing me the way that other 10s have, but I could definitely go 9 on it. And, I think same reasons you said is a little bit more robust body. I mean, the drinkability on it is amazing. I could slug this down, but I'm sipping it because it's, obvious reasons. But I like it for what it is. If I could get this on a regular basis, I probably would. If this was as easy to come by as Chimay and Rochefort and all those, it'd be in rotation in my fridge. Real creamy and kind of velvety in the mouth. Goes down super smooth. They said it's 6.5% alcohol by volume. Doesn't feel like that heavy of a beer at all. It's it's so rich and so smooth. It's hard not to just slug this down. Yeah. You do get, and I forgot to mention this, is that there is a significant roasty malt flavor that's present. I think I've had even more intensely roasted malt flavor, but it's very overt. 10 out of 10 for Due to Seal's Aphrodite, or Aphrodisiac, whatever you want to call it. It's an outstanding beer. If you can find it, I'd say definitely buy a bottle or two. It's good. It's a great alternative to dessert. So. Nice.
Yeah.
It's like a mouthful of mango, tangerine, grapefruit.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of flavor.
That's for sure.
Yeah, the hops linger for a little bit, but not too long because, like I've had IPAs where you take one sip and it's just like a desert in your mouth.
Right.
It's not doing that on this one. It's like it's dry for a little bit,
mm-hmm.
but there seems to be like a malty sweetness component to this. I can't really put. It's almost confectionery.
Yes. Yes, I would agree with that analysis.
I'm gonna say 10 out of 10 for Trogs Nugget Nectar. I can see why it gets an A on Beer Advocate and like a 99 on Rate Beer. Lots of flavor, high drinkability, and 7.5% is really not that big of a beer. I think anybody could drink this. It's really tasty. I like the chocolate taste. It's similar to Young's in a Bottle, Southern Tier chocolate. Well, I don't really get alcohol. I mean, I get like the nice whiskey, smoky, woody thing, and like that cayenne pepper is a nice twist.
It is, and as it's warmed up with the chocolate,
yeah,
we're getting a lot more cayenne.
Yeah, and as far as drinkability, I mean, like you can literally gulp this down. Like it's not like it's not so boozy or spicy that it's like you can only sip it. I can take this in big gulps. I mean, I wouldn't want to because I like to savor it, Mm-hmm. It's a damn good beer on its own. I really like it, so I'm going to go 10 out of 10. Okay. Outstanding. I really like this beer. It really impressed me. At first I could really tell that lactose milk sugar or whatever in there. Now it's just kind of tasting like a very, very floral, like you've heard the term hop bomb. This is like a flower bomb. Yeah. Like reminds me, if you took Ithaca Flower Power and just cranked up the intensity a little bit, which I already love that beer to begin with. This is what you would get. So, and I gave Ithaca a 9. I'm gonna go 10 for this. I think this is an outstanding beer. Drinkability on it is like I notice I'm only taking it in sip because it's so bitter, but it's definitely pleasing and
drinkability is high. I don't find anything wrong with this beer.
Yeah, me neither. I love it. So it's tropical. It's like tangerine, grapefruit,
tangerine, and very clean.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
it's very, very good.
It even has, as juicy as it smells, it even has that kind of juicy taste. Yeah. This is what I look for in an IPA, and I'm not usually a fan of double or imperial IPAs because to me this drink's more like a regular, like a Dogfish 60, except this is more citrus rather than, like the West Coast tends to be citrus and the East Coast is pine.
Yeah. And I like
straight up West Coast right here.
Absolutely.
Almost no pine at all. Obviously it's a winner as far as flavor. And to top it all off, it's highly drinkable. So, to me, this is a perfect beer. 10 out of 10.
I love this so
Oh.
much.
That is really chocolatey.
It's so rich.
I haven't. Yeah, exactly. I haven't had like this is genuine chocolate here, and it's like you said. It's like it's almost like drinking chocolate milk. This is better than like a straight up Russian Imperial, because this doesn't have the roasty maltiness that you get in a lot of those beers.
Even just in a stout in general, it doesn't have that roasty, malty taste that you get. I just found it so good that from beginning to end, it's everything I'm looking for in a beer.
Barring a miracle, this will definitely be probably in the top 5 of 2010, and it's only January.
You got a long way to go.
Yeah. Oh man, that is good. I think I like this one even better than I like the 2009 edition. It's all milk chocolate. So smooth, so velvety, rich and sweet. Little bit of bitterness on the end. And just like, when I drank it back in January, the alcohol is, I can't even find it at all. How gentle it is. But, and how robust it is at the same time is amazing. I love this beer.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.